You want to go for another half an hour and give us the last question?
Yes, welcome back to the Bray and Ethan podcast, episode 121, 121. And of course, it's all thanks to Skinbro. Use code Bray and Ethan 20 for 20% off at skinbro.com and get the Essentials kit for $54.99 without the discount code. Hat Locker, you can use that same code as well for 20% off at hatlocker.com.au. And if you want to get an Eagles beanie, because we are absolutely flying at the moment, then go and do so.
Win against Essendon tomorrow at the time of recording, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully.
2 out of
2
3.
big ins.
That is true. So, cheated clothing as well.
Yes, cheated clothing as well. We've both got our...
Yep. Winter's coming. You questioned why I had a hoodie on, but...
it's so humid outside.
I thought it was a bit cold this morning, but... Yeah, I mean, back-to-back Trinity representatives, albeit at different waffle clubs from Dimmer last week. He's been flagged as one of the names to watch in the PSA at Trinity, and they're on their 2-0 run at the time of recording. Luke Cotellessa, how are you?
Doing all right, guys. Cheers for having me.
Pleasure. Now, we'll just start off that just quickly. Massive win against Scotch last week, obviously at the time of recording. How's that feel? First time beating Scotch, we believe?
Yeah, well, at the time, it was pretty surreal, to be honest, because we've obviously been in the same situation last year when we played Scotch, except we were, 15 points up going into the last quarter. Nerves are definitely high. Choked the game at the end, which is very disappointing. That one hurt quite a bit. But then this year, I didn't want history to repeat itself. Same time, probably about 15 points up, gone into the last quarter. And turns out, just went the other way, had our foot down the whole time, and it worked out our way and ended up beating them by about 40 points, which is really good.
So. Win. Now, Ashton Bryant said a couple of weeks ago that at Hale, the win or loss affects the mood at the school on a Monday. Is that the same with Trinity? Does it really affect you guys from the start of the week?
Oh, definitely. Like, even straight after we knew, even before the game, we're like, this is going to determine our mood for the week, to be honest. So we rocked up on a Monday. Everyone was happy. Probably, I don't think there was anything that could kill our mood that day. But, after that, we kind of just had to realise that we're 2 games in.
Stay grounded.
Yeah.
Do you guys know when the last time Trinity ones beat Scotch?
Oh, it would have been a long time ago. It might have been before 2018, I think.
Yeah, okay. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
Well, stranger to the media, having been a 7 News Young Achiever back in 2020, can you tell us a bit more about that and your footy boot charity?
Yep. So before 2020, this was actually quite old. When I was 6 years old is when I started that charity. So basically it started by just having a look at some photos on Facebook. I was obviously very young at the time, of people playing footy with, no footy boots, no jerseys, no socks, no footies. And the idea just stemmed to start my own charity, and started off with like a little box outside front of my house. First month I got like 3 pairs of old boots, but then it grew pretty quick over the years, and I did that through till I was about 14. I went on trips to, Geraldton, up north. I did things through a company called Fair Game, which is we just give it to them because they're a good transporting company. And, it kind of led to when I won that 7 News Young Achiever Award in 2020. Got nominated, which is really good. And, I can see that photo's been brought up. Been brought up to me a couple of times.
Very young.
Yeah, Mum made me take that photo, but
You're 13 at the time.
Yeah,
you would have been too.
Yep.
I'm just curious at how you had so much generosity as a 6-year-old, and where did that come from? And how did you obviously you would have had help?
Yeah. Obviously, well, honestly, it stemmed from probably innocence. It's more when you're young, you ask the question why. I've got my footy boots, my jerseys. I'm playing with all this gear. Why are they not playing with any gear? And, obviously with my mum and a couple friends that I knew that kind of support the idea, we just kind of formed this group. And with all our skills, we all kind of worked together, and we were able to build this up. And then eventually it became pretty big, on social media, Facebook. And then, that's kind of how we went about it.
And you would have been balancing school all while this is happening as well.
Yeah. So, I wasn't at Trinity at the time. So I was at a school called Swan Valley. So the school helped us with a lot of promotion and all that kind of stuff, as well as when I went to Trinity, because this went on for quite a while. So the school was really good in helping me promote it. So yeah.
Yep. Over 8,000 footy boats. Is that true?
Yeah. Could have been more, to be honest. And yeah, like I said, it wasn't just footy boots, it was, jerseys. And it got so big that we started doing, netball jerseys, netball shoes, and we kind of just made it like into sort of a sport more than just footy.
Yeah.
So
A bit of radio work came out of it too.
Yep.
Community sports, local star, etc., etc.
Yep.
Is it true you were Commonwealth Games baton bearer as well?
I was.
How's
Commonwealth
that
Games
come
background.
about?
2018?
Yeah, 2018. So obviously got nominated for it. Not very many spots available for an event like that. So when I got it, I was pretty flattered. I was like, oh, no way. And then doing it, I was pretty nervous, making sure you hold the baton the right way up and all those kind of things. Getting told to slow down because I was running too much. Maybe I was a bit too excited. But, that was a good experience. I still got, the shirt hanging up in my room. So that was a real good honour.
Or was that here?
Yeah, that was here. I was doing the leg sort of in Guildford. So all of us hopped on a bus and we did our legs around Guildford.
Yeah.
So
Very nice. Well, in terms of your footy, how does someone, I guess from the Vines to Caversham, Swan districts get to Trinity? Obviously it's a Swan Valley Anglican.
Yeah, so pretty far away. Bit of a trek from my house, to be honest.
Yeah.
And I had a couple of family members that went to Trinity, so that's how we knew about it. And then obviously I wanted to be in a good program like the PSA regarding football, and obviously it's a great school for, education and all that kind of stuff. And Trinity was definitely my first choice of school if I was to go to high school, and it happened for me, and I was really appreciative of the school and my parents for sending me there. So
Yeah. You played state 12s as well. Talk us through that. I was doing a bit of research yesterday. The amount of names from every year from like 2011 to now, like you can actually go on the state website and look at the team.
Yeah.
Like, talk us through that, state 12s.
Yeah, so year 4, year 5, and year 6, had my free run at footy. I was playing at Ellenbrook at the time in my juniors, and then made a move for 1 year at Upper Swan where I made the state 12s because I was playing some really good footy, running through the midfield. I did a program called Rising Stars as well, and had a good coach named Sam Caviccio who would push me forward to apply for this, and I'm really glad I did it because I ended up making it. It was probably one of the greatest experiences, even though you're so young, just to experience going over to a place like Canberra with a bunch of boys. It was really fun. So I'm really grateful for that opportunity.
Each year, like I was looking at 2011, I think Cam Green, and then like every year,
Cam Zerha represented WA in 2010.
like every year, there's at least like one or two or more players who played state 12s and they actually made the AFL.
Yeah.
So it's I don't know. I feel like people take the piss out of state 12s, but it actually kind of works.
Really
Look
good
at
history.
history.
In some way it is, because I ended up getting an invite to a tryout for under 15s, I think, or
How
under
like
12s.
how serious was it? Like, can you actually remember what you did?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
Training wise and
Yeah,
like,
yeah. So
were they like, we're preparing for the AFL. Like,
yeah.
what was it like?
Well, when you're that age, obviously you're taking it very seriously. You think like, oh, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm playing state footy, all that kind of stuff. So at the time, it was taken quite seriously, like the tryouts and all that kind of stuff. And then I think it was like the 4th tryout, they take you through some skill testing. So you got to, right and left foot, how accurate are you, kind of all those kind of things. And then, after that, you got to do all the trainings, obviously squad selection and then all that kind of stuff. But at the time it was taken quite seriously, and the coaches were very invested, and once you get over there for the actual carnival, it's all play to win. So for its time, it was quite a big deal.
Yeah, and
Geez, now this one I'm looking at now, just Jeremy Sharp, Devon Robinson, Jackson Pryor. They're already
some
3
Waffle
names.
guys like Jack Cooley's at Waffle.
Massive names. Anyway, it's
And having
Get back
tasted
on.
a bit of Colts footy last year,
Yep.
What were the goals coming into this year? Do you sort of set yourself for the draft? I know it's a long way away, but or even state team.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know there's spots still open.
Yeah. No, exactly. So basically, I'll just give you a bit of backstory on kind of where it's kind of led me to here.
Yeah.
The reason why I showed up to Colts so late, because after that kind of state 12s, like 13, 14, even 15 period, I was out, basically all season until the back end of year 10, because I had a couple of injury problems, which was quite annoying, but, everyone's got that kind of part to their story. So I showed up to Colts at the end of year 10 to do like a bit of futures campaign when I was a bit older, and played all those games, got through it well, and then got my taste of Colts at the back end of the season, was playing a bit, half forward, which don't really like that spot. But then
Tough position.
yeah, it's tough, anyone playing that spot. But then I got my kind of taste in the midfield last game against Peel, which I had all right stats. I think I had like 18 touches or something. Almost won the game. But then, leading into this year, I knew I had to have a big pre-season. It was kind of like, all right, this is your time. You're fit. You back your capabilities and just kind of get into it. So in the first pre-season games and, scratchies, I was like, I got to put my best foot forward here and perform. With state was definitely my number one goal. Priority has been since I got back to footy. I was like, I need to make state. I want to make state. I was kind of obsessing over it a little bit, and obviously didn't get picked in that initial 30, which was very disappointing. But at the end of the day, I can only control what I can control and play my best footy, and the rest has got to take care of itself. So I know there's still those 5 spots up for grabs. So definitely trying to put my best foot forward to earn those spots because. I do back my ability and hopefully that works out in that regard. So.
Do you get feedback as to why you might not have made the squad or as what you need to keep doing?
Well, I didn't. I did have a little bit of feedback. So game wise, after like a couple pre-season scratches, this was before the main season, it was kind of just like, get on the move a bit more at stoppages and increase that high end running a bit more and all that kind of stuff. But then at the same time, even when I didn't make it, a lot of people were kind of coming to me like, we don't really know how this has kind of happened. And, because I thought, they thought I was in, pretty good firing form, which most people would agree. So it was disappointing not getting that. But, like you say, you can only control what you can control, and you just got to trust the upper management that they're going to do it for you. But, all you can do is play your good footy.
A lot of questions for us sent in as to your thoughts on that. So if we don't cover on that later, then that's the answer there.
Yeah.
Well, you've been playing some pretty decent footy this year. You had high numbers for your 2 games at Swans to start off the year. What was it like being so strong in those first 2 games and then having to miss Colts because PSA was starting up?
Yeah, so when I first saw the fixtures, I noticed that Swannies actually had a bye.
Yeah, played West Coast round 1.
Yeah, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Because obviously there wasn't much chance. But I knew that, all right, this week's going to be a big one. So going into that first round against East Perth, I was like, okay, you got to go out there and kind of essentially dominate, you know what I mean? So ended up getting man of the match for that game. It was a good game. We won. The mids did well. Obviously had some pretty good numbers. And I was like, after that game, going into round 2, because I know they were, other than pre-season games, they really have a look at how you go in the first couple rounds of Colts. So I was like, let's just back it up here, try to do even better. And I did back it up again with like 28 disposals against Perth, and we won the game again. So, and then after that, obviously, I had to go back to PSA, which
I reckon would be annoying because you're on that form.
Yeah.
And it's like.
Yeah, it would have been good if I could just, get maybe a couple more, string a couple more, because, obviously I reckon I could have just kept that form going, but we just didn't have the games available. So, yeah.
It's been a busy start to the year, even had your ball, etc., stuff like that. So how's the balance of PSA and Swans, schedule-wise, training through the week?
Yep, so I just on the ball, even with my ball, I went home early to play that Perth game. I was in bed by 9:30, 10 o'clock, so I was just like, nah, footy first. So then after that, obviously had to go back to PSA training, so that training is on the Tuesdays and Thursdays, so kind of rules me out for any sort of Colts training. But I do go for the recovery sessions just to see how the team's going, how they're travelling, and I just staying involved in them until I obviously a bye comes around and I go back or back into the season. So.
And as mentioned off the top, one of the best players in the PSA last year, inside the top 10 stats-wise. How would you describe yourself, playing style, your strengths, etc.?
Yeah, so I definitely say I'm a pretty good inside mid, and obviously now that I'm a lot fitter, I've been able to work on different parts of my game, like bursting from the stoppages, your first 5-10 steps, and obviously, your fitness and definitely my kicking coming out of stoppages. Definitely in the first couple rounds of Colts, I've been able to burst from stoppages, hit up full forwards and add that kind of string to my game. And but I've always been, good clean hands, been able to real good at clearances and stoppages, which I've had last year, but this year I've just add that kind of pop to my game, which is I'm going to continue to do and kind of just enhance my game a bit more.
For sure. Well, as we mentioned at the start of things, 2-0 for Trinity as it stands at the moment. Hopefully making it 3-0 this week. But 2 pretty convincing wins. What do you think has just clicked this year?
Honestly, in the first game, we were a little bit lacking the kind of chemistry. Like, obviously, we have a real good list on paper, which is we've probably got a bit ahead of ourselves going into round 1, and we got jumped by Guildford a little bit in the first half. So we kind of just had to come back down and kind of.
They were up at half time.
Yeah, they were up at half time by a couple points, which was like, it wasn't just, a first 5 minutes thing. That was like half a game. So we really had to switch on and just everyone had to come back to their roles. And we did, which we won the game. And then the next week, there was definitely just a shift in mentality. So the preparation, how we wanted to go about it, everyone was definitely more locked in because it was like, we saw what happened last week. This is Scotch. We got to switch on.
Yeah.
So.
Do you do a lot of like opposition analysis?
Yeah. So through the week we do like quite a bit of vision. We normally split into our lines to kind of discuss the matchups for each line. So the mids will come in for a meeting, and we'll talk about the opposition mids, how they set up, how we should set up, kind of how to beat them in that regard. So, and same with the backs and forwards. That's what they do.
Like you've got the vision, so it's pretty much similar to a Colts.
Yeah, it is similar to a Colts side. Mainie's very invested. It's good to have him around. He's very knowledgeable. He's got all the technology, with the GPSs, the VO, the vision.
You guys use it?
Yeah, we do. We wear GPSs, games, training, so that's pretty good from Maney and the coaches. So it's good to be able to go through vision and all that. Kind of makes it similar to a Colts environment.
And I'm assuming the first game against Guildford, you would have had some guys involved at Swan District. So was there a bit of chat, a bit of chirp during the week?
Yeah. Well, because Guildford have players like Blake and Ned and a couple others who obviously the guns at Guildford, and myself and Kate Ampson was kind of like a bit of a midfield head-to-head, and we knew it was like, okay, this is going to be a bit of a contest here because Guildford, they're a tough side. They go out there and they try their absolute best, and they're not just going to roll over. So it was a contest up until then, but it was good that we could get the win. So.
All right, well, we'll move on to the Instagram Q&As. You've been looking forward to these ones.
Yeah.
First one, and first of 2, I think, here from Ryland Candy. Do you dye your hair?
Yeah, that was a bit of a question mark about last year, kind of October to December. My hair kind of just lit up a bit, and everyone was giving me the did you dye your hair treatment. So I've never actually admitted to it. So Candy's just going to have to deal with that one himself.
Another one from him. Is the rumour true that you fake tan?
I'm not sure I fake tan. I'm not really about that. I'm just lucky I got the Italian genetics that I can, tan. I'm in the sun a lot.
And and you live in the Vines, and it's always 4 degrees hotter than it is in Perth. So.
Yeah, always got some sort of a jersey tan going on as well. So
Mighty_3rd_11.
That's cricket.
Yep. Will Dirk play once this year?
Oh, Dirk. Yeah, well, to be fair, I think he's already surpassed all that kind of, to be honest. So next up for him is the next league, to be honest, because, Dirk, he's bloody insane. So
Cole Trinder. Yeah. Who's your favourite forward at Trinity?
Oh, I'd have to say Cole Trinder. You guys know he kicks a bag anytime you want. Whether it's 6 or 4, he's always kicking a bag. So gotta love kicking it to Cole Trinder. Anywhere in his vicinity, I know something's gonna happen. So
he loves a shout out. Another one from Cole. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much do you enjoy spraying your teammates?
Oh, it kind of depends how the game's panning out. But if something's not gone the right way, I might give someone a little bit of a spray of encouragement, maybe.
Yeah. Keep it positive.
Yeah.
Grace_Cohen, I believe it is. Yeah. How does it feel that once your girlfriend started coming down to all your games, you won them? Bit of a good omen.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if it was the reason we started winning, but
good luck.
I guess it's good having a fan base down there. A bit of support. But I think we're doing fine without that going on down at the games. But it's good having them down there.
Sarah Fassel?
Yabby.
Yabby.
Yep.
Who do you model your game around?
Ooh. That's a tough one. I don't really model it around someone as such. I more kind of just pick the different attributes to kind of create a different player. So if I was to, say the composure of Pendlebury and maybe, the inside work of, Dangerfield or, the fend off of Dusty, kind of just taking attributes from different players to make a good sort of mix of players,
Cal Gerine,
Yep.
favourite State 12s teammate.
Oh, I think there might have been one same one as that one, but yeah, Kale's been probably my best mate since then, since I was 11 and 12 up until now. We've always been really close, so it's be hard to go past Kale. But others like Jackson, who I shared my room with, he was a great mate then for that time, and we still keep in touch now. And so probably them two, Jackson and Kale, definitely probably my
Just
closest
thinking
mates.
Was it pretty late nights as a 12-year-old? Like, did you get on the
So
on the juice boxes?
Oh so in our room, mine and Jackson's room, we'd have the whole, because we're all staying on the same floor, so they'd all come to our room and we'd be like hanging out on the balcony thinking we'll get up to no good and really not doing too much. But we're mucking around and you just hear the coaches banging on the door like, go to bed, and everyone's like, just, I don't know, hiding in the wardrobes, jumping on the beds. I don't really know what to do. So, and a late night back then was like 10:30.
Yeah, I reckon the coaches would be doing more parenting than actual coaching.
Yeah, well, the coaches took all our food. They took all our yogurts and cereals. I don't know what they expected us to eat the next morning. Yeah,
I was going to say, like, as a 12-year-old, like, you got your own hotel room pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
On the other side of the country. Like.
Oh, it was bloody awesome. We had to do our own washing and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that was good fun.
Kale has another one here. I don't really get this, but he says best fought 1v1 partner. I'm assuming that's matchup.
Yeah. We used to play a lot of Fortnite together. Yeah, so it was either me and him chopping up in duos back in the day. If not,
1v1 box wars.
1v1 box fights or 1v1 build fights, and I'd always kill him in those. So
Cop that.
Yeah, Connor Mickelson. How does it feel to be the best looking guy in the PSA?
Oh,
say what you want with that one.
Yeah, I don't know how many people would a couple good looking roosters. I don't know if people would agree with that, but cheers, Connor.
Judd Ingleton, daily canteen order.
Daily canteen order. I'm not much of a big canteen sort of guy. I'm not like Cole Trinder. I kind of feel a bit guilty getting stuff from the canteen, but every now and then I go for a one of these vitamin C OJs, about $5.50, set me back a bit. But outside of that, I go for the nachos, pretty good.
Yep.
And juice boxes.
Yep.
Judd again. What were your famous last words to the infamous Webby?
To the infamous Webby. Oh, just cheers for the feedback. Appreciate it. I'll get it done for you.
Cole Trinder again. Was this Cole again?
Yeah, it is.
Would you say Chris Mayne is the greatest coach in football history?
Oh, yeah. Maney has a great philosophy, so I rate him very highly as a coach. Definitely probably one of the best ones I've had. So,
even probably one of the best in the PSA when you think of it. I know the talent that comes through each year is, like, it sort of depends on that. But, like, Trinity were down the bottom with Guildford 2 years ago, and then now last year you guys challenged Scotch.
Quick turnaround.
Both games, and now this year you've beaten them and becoming a top side.
Yeah, it comes down to, I reckon, sort of the buy-in as well. So everyone's, even last year, like, we thought there was a big buy-in, but even now it's just like it just keeps increasing. So, and that stems from the first down to the fifth. Like last week we all everyone had a win. So. And we all talked about it at assembly. It's like everyone's just as important as each other, and you see all the grades lower than the ones even trying to win more than anything. So it's pretty good.
There were a couple of questions sent in from people about Maney. Like one was saying, do you see him being an AFL coach one day, or is he dreaming?
Oh no, I definitely think he could be an AFL coach. He's very organised. He's got good philosophy. He's obviously been around some great coaches, for Collingwood and Freo. So. No, I definitely think he could be an AFL coach. He's got, good philosophies. He knows how to have a good relationship with his players, and as you can see, he can definitely get the job done.
See if he wants to give up his teaching role to do that. Jingleberries is sent in a lot here. Jingleberries _2s.
Jingleberries.
Do you know who that is?
Yeah, that's the Magoos at TC.
Okay. Best rig in the Trinity 1 squad.
Best rig in the Trinity 1 squad.
Beside yourself.
Juddy's got a pretty good rig, and he's pretty tall. So yeah, Judd's got full flying 6-pack and.
He's coming up shortly, but I like this next question, Ethan.
Jingleberries, thoughts on Trinity's 2's leadership group?
Trinity's 2's leadership group. I rate it, to be honest. You know, there's definitely some good banter, but they know when to lock in as well. So, it's evident when they're beating Scotch as well. So
It's all about the culture and the twos and below.
exactly right.
Jingle again. Does Judd Ingleton have the best arsenal of celebrations of the PSA?
Or
In the PSA?
Juddy has a couple good celebrations, but if we're talking about, the signature one, I don't know if you guys seen Marcus, he likes to whip out a bow and arrow every time he kicks a good goal. So other than the Aquinas game last year, he whipped one out on the weekend. So it was in the first quarter, but so it could have been a bit early. But yeah, he's got a good celebration.
Jingleberries again. Does Lucas Blair have the best foot in the PSA?
Lucas Blair, does he have the best foot? Yeah, I'd say he's got a pretty good leg. Not when he's kicking to me, but which is maybe he just doesn't want me to get a stat. But yeah, he's got a good leg on him, leading our rebound 50s, I think, at Trinity at the moment. So yeah.
Mazzaro's James, best mate from Hale.
Oh, yeah, he's probably looking for a shout out there. Mezzo. Yeah, I'd probably say like Mezzo, Brady Foster. There's a couple others, but yeah, I'll just give Mezzy's shout out there. Yeah.
Will Glasson, is this the year of Flagswan?
Yeah, well, I definitely think so. Like, our pre-season games are going pretty good, and obviously our first 2 Colts games, we lost a couple boys due to PSA duties, but obviously we lost to East Frere on the weekend, which was pretty disappointing, but I reckon that's just, a one-time thing. If we can make finals, our squad's definitely good enough to get there, so could be Flagswans could be on.
I know we predicted Swan Districts to not do well in the Colts, but hopefully we'll be proven wrong.
Yep, bit of a dark horse.
I'm a Swans guy, so I would like to say that.
Yeah.
2021 was amazing with the flag.
Yeah.
Isaac.
Where am I? Isaac. Quadros.
Yeah.
When will you give my Esky back?
Oh,
Don't tell me you're an Esky thief.
nah. He probably left it there so he could probably come back to my place, I reckon. But other than that, I probably should give that back to him. It's still at the front door of my house. So
Come pick it
Waiting to get picked up, yeah.
up. Owen_Hewitt_. What's the biggest improvements in the team since last year?
Since last year, honestly, I reckon it's just, like you say, the buy-in. So a lot of our team was there last year, so we had a lot of us year 11s at the time had been playing since year 10, and then we move up to year 11 and move up to year 12. We were just also conditioned to the competition, and like our list, we have a really strong list, so good team on paper, and we've figured out that chemistry side of things. Everyone knows how to play their role better, so I reckon that's been our probably major improvement is everyone playing their role, and definitely the buy-in. So everything outside of just playing on the field has definitely improved.
I know it's still first half of the year, but do you have sort of ambitions to stay involved at Trinity post like year 12? Because I know a lot of guys like to stay involved, do coaching.
Oh yeah, I'd love to, because I love Trinity. It's a great school. So it's a bit upsetting that you're graduating. It happens so quick, but if any opportunity, I'll jump at, because it's a great school and it's a great thing to stay involved with. So yeah.
Now this could be the biggest question of the show. Xavier_Rawlings. Now this is big. You're talking about buy-in and whatnot, but what do you think about Max Edwards coming in to the 5th 18 this week?
Max Edwards coming in for the 5th 18.
I don't know who he is.
Common question.
But the promotion into the 5ths is massive.
So we were really hoping that he was gonna, make his 2s debut, but obviously a couple things might have happened that have backfired that kind of ambition to send him down to the 5s. But I know he can play across all lines in that regard. So hopefully he can be a leader of the 5s. I think I just got a message not too long ago that he's making the switch to rugby halfway through the year. So he's got a bit of a decision to make there.
Hopefully you can convince him to stay.
How many teams are in the 5s?
How many teams?
How many schools? Yeah.
Oh,
I know Trinity, Scotch.
yeah. Well, I think the 5s have
Have
the 10, have year 10s in there as well. Like it's a 5s and a 10Cs. So
there's only like 4 schools in it.
yeah. Well, I couldn't imagine that, because at Trinity we have a lot of people that actually it's all about how many people enroll. So a lot of people have enrolled to footy to have a team of up to 5s. So only a couple other schools with a lot of numbers will mix their 10Cs and their 5s to make a kind of a comp in between with that.
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty sure Guildford only have the 3.
Yeah,
think
yeah,
I
because
might
they,
be right.
because they don't have as,
co-ed.
yeah,
Doesn't help.
yeah, not as much enrollment. So, yeah, probably wouldn't go that far down.
How competitive is it for spots? Like whether it's in the ones or just the whole program? Because like I don't
Oh.
know. I feel like sometimes it could be even more competitive.
There's a
than
lot
the
of
actual
guys.
games.
There's a lot of guys that play 2s that are really pushing for that spot.
Yeah.
in
No,
the ones.
no, exactly. So, like I said, even down to probably the 3s pushing to 2s and the 2s pushing to 1s, you have to be on your game at all times to keep you kind of that spot on the bus. So, because we've obviously got a lot of depth this year, and our 2s, forwards, and backmen, they're always pushing for a spot. So, you're right. It's definitely competitive.
Yeah.
And if you're not performing, then it's probably gonna show when it comes to election night. So
You don't want to be getting a phone call from Chris Main, I'm imagining, or
Oh,
a
no.
meeting with him.
he's a pretty intense cat as well. So that
Well, he's
wouldn't be too
obviously
good.
learnt off like, he's probably been in that position from like Ross Lyon. Not saying he was dropped, but like now he's like in the position
to be Ross Lyon.
to be Ross Lyon sort of thing. I reckon. So like, I don't know. You probably couldn't blame him for going hard.
Yeah, no.
Tyrone Virgo, how's the YouTube channel going? I want to know more about this, please.
The YouTube channel, yeah. So me and my cousin thought it would be a good idea because obviously, like kind of that 2016 period, we'd watch a lot of soccer clips and basketball clips. We thought it'd be a good idea to make our own YouTube channel. Should I drop the name?
You should.
Go on.
Yeah.
I'll look it up.
Yeah, okay. The channel is called All Round Skill Bros, and we've kept it under wraps.
School bros or skill bros?
Skill Bros. I think it's probably spelt wrong as well. So. But we'd make a couple horrendous
Whoa.
Horrendous.
Hang on.
sport
someone's
clips.
Is it all one? It's not all one word, hey?
That's all. I think it's all one word.
What's it? All round skill bros.
Skill Bros. Yeah.
Is that not it? Zach Vlogs? That's not it.
Might be that hard to find. We only had about 4 subs, so
There's this other stuff coming up, eh?
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll
Not
find
really
it.
relevant.
But
Was there any late ones?
yeah, I'm just trying to have a look now. There's one about the Trinity backline. I'm just trying to see who it's from. What do you think of Trinity's elite backline?
Stood up last week.
well, we definitely. Yeah, he kind of just said it just then, like they say. They were elite last week, and yeah, probably without them, I don't know if we could have won that game. They absolutely chopped up. So yeah, we got Matt Patagna, William McKeck. They really stood up and had an absolute blinder down there. And yeah, every time I went down there, they would just somehow either spalling over the line, intercepting, rebounding. It was pretty amazing.
I didn't know this until about 5 minutes ago, but you guys kept Scotch to 46 points.
Yeah,
Oh,
so
that's a big effort.
yeah, we were a bit nervous after the first quarter, to be honest, because there was a bit of argy-bargy going on. We didn't know if we were kind of focusing on the game more than the fighting. But after that, we all just kind of took a deep breath and relaxed and went back to what we knew best. And we ended up having, like I said, we had our foot down for the rest of the game, which is incredible. So
Yeah.
I reckon there's two more. Jingleberries. Is Todd Hammer Hassett a sneak for our first selections this year?
Todd Hammer Hassett. Yeah, well, I personally think he could probably make a one's debut, to be honest, if he kind of stuck at it. But yeah, like you say, it's all about how much you're willing to sacrifice and kind of put the effort in. So
Yep. Lucas Blair, what's your favourite food?
favorite food? Oh yeah, probably chicken snitties.
Really?
I'm with you there. Yeah.
Nice. Love that. All right, we'll move on to the quiz. We've only got 10 minutes left in here, so we've got to get out.
Yeah.
We'll move on to the quiz. We'll have a look at the leaderboard and your captain from last year, Adam Damasi.
Big shoes to fill.
Big shoes. 12 out of a possible 14. Outright leader.
You just know he was studying before that.
Yeah, no, I think pretty sure he said he was.
Yeah, but
didn't
he
he not?
studied, and the question that he said he studied for
Got
he
wrong, eh?
Yeah. So we've got something there to beat and target down. Question number 1. Although you have no photo
Yep.
on the Waffle website, what is your height and weight?
So that is, it's got me at 183 centimeters tall and 80 kgs.
Bang.
Done his research.
Did you miss photo day?
No, I actually took a photo like a week and a half ago where, but I had like a black eye in it, and they were like, "Oh, this is gonna look good on the Waffle website." I've been checking every so often, and they haven't put it up yet. So hopefully
Just a
they get
blank.
to that.
It's just Swan District's logo
Yeah,
on there.
Is it?
I better get onto that.
1 from 1. After round 2, you were sitting on top of the Colts coaches' votes leaderboard
Yep.
with how many votes?
I'm pretty sure it was 10.
Correct. Which I'm pretty sure is the perfect number after 2 rounds. I think it's 5.
5 and 5, yeah.
So
I wish I could play a couple more games of Colts, get a couple more votes.
get up to
but
15,
yeah,
20.
yeah.
Question number 3. What were we again?
Yeah, 2 from 2.
2 from 2. Good. In your 2 Colts games this year, you've had the same amount of marks in both. What is the number? That's surprising.
Jeez. Marks. I'm going with same amount in both. I'm going to say, is it? I think it's either like 3 or 6. I'm gonna go with. Actually, I'm gonna go with 3.
2, apparently.
That's close.
That's surprising, I thought.
Surprising.
Yeah.
Not a
Like
mark.
bigger grounds, you got more space.
You're calling him a not a marking midfielder.
Well, like, I just would have thought a bit more.
Yeah, no, to be fair, Cope probably could have got a couple more hit-ups considering how big the grounds are at Colts level. Kind of probably could have
Yeah.
stat padded a little
Well,
bit.
whatever you're doing right because you got 10 coaches' votes out of 10, so
Yeah.
can't be too critical. 2 from 3. Question number 4. In both the games, you also had the same amount of tackles in both. What's the
Okay, yeah,
number?
that one I think was 3 tackles.
Correct.
Yeah.
3 from 4. Question number 5. From 6 career Colts games, you've given away and received the same amount of free kicks. Why is this the case with everyone?
so
It's
common.
always this question. What is that number?
Yeah, geez, I really don't know that one. I'm gonna say it's average or to go on totals. Maybe I'd say probably in 6 games I'd probably say 14 maybe.
Like combined or given away and
Oh no, like the like
'cause you've given
totals.
away and received the same amount of free kicks.
Given away and received the same.
If you're giving away 14 free kicks in 6 games,
Actually, yeah, no.
Some
I'd
problems.
probably say like combined. So I'd probably say like maybe 6 or 7. 6.
it's 5.
5.
We are 3 from 5.
I didn't want to make your final guess 14 because I was like, that's way off the mark. But that 6 and
Question
7 good
number
guess.
6. How many disposals did you average in the PSA last year?
I think it was 20. It was either 21, 22. It was 20. I think it was like 21.5.
We'll give you that.
Yeah.
We'll round it up. It was 21.9.
21.9, 21.5. Yeah, okay.
That's a good point. Wait, so what were we? 1, 2,
We are 4 now.
4 from 6.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Question number 7. Where did you sit inside of the top 10 player rankings from Premier Data by the end of the PSA campaign last year?
Last year, I think it was rounds. Oh, I'd say I
By
think it was.
the
I
end,
think it was.
yeah.
I think it was 8.
Correct.
8. Yeah.
5 from 7.
5 from 7. Question number 8. Name either winning margins in Trinity's 2 wins so far. So just need one of the exact winning
So
margins.
I think it was Premier Data will say 63 to 98 for the Guildford Trinity game, but I know it's changed. They did it differently on the PSA account, but Premier Data says 98 to 63.
Because we've only got the
The
We could do
margins, like-
90 to 48 against Scotch. 91 to 48 against Scotch.
I've only got
We'll
the
get it up.
I've only got the you won by this amount of points.
All right, so
can't
that
do quick math.
is what did you say? Either other was
It was Trinity. We won 98 to 63 against Guildford.
there's 100 to 63 here.
Is that Premier Data?
This is the PSA website.
No, Premier Data. I think.
It's controversial.
Is that
Yeah,
correct? That's
controversial.
What about that was round 1.
Yeah, and I think Scotch was 48 to 90.
Scotch was. What'd you say?
48 to 90 for Scotch.
Oh, I'm Premier Data.
Yeah, Premier Data. Yeah.
How do you even go to that?
Don't you need a login?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, that's
We don't have a log. We'll give you a point because we're
Yeah,
pretty
yeah.
sure you're spot on with the score. We got round 1 37 points, round 2 44
Yeah.
points. So around the mark. So we are 6.
5 from 7. Sorry, 6 from 8.
6 from 8.
Right.
Gotta get a perk score from here.
Question number 9. In the 2018 under-12 schoolboys team, where did you guys finish overall?
Overall, okay, yeah. So it went the Vicks. It went.
They do Vic Country, Vic Metro.
They had a mix actually.
Right.
So a couple of the.
So it's just Victoria.
Yeah, it was just Victoria. So I had like
Right.
over 1,000 tryouts. I think it was like the Vicks, SA, Queensland, and then us. I think we finished 4th.
Correct.
That was yeah. We were kind of riddled with injuries. We were actually 2nd up until the last couple of games, but then we kind of just were riddled with injuries. And then the ladder was I think it was like Vicks after the 6 games, and then us was 2nd after 6 games, and then after that I think fell off a bit.
So 4th.
Yeah, correct.
We've got that. Just
7
looking
from
at the photo quickly. So Kale is obviously pretty big. And
Yeah.
But the guy next to him, Lane
Hornord.
Man, he's not 12 in that photo. You cannot tell me he's 12.
Yeah, Lanos. Yeah. Geez, he was big for his age, wasn't he? He was over like, because Kay was big, but Lane was huge. He absolutely towered over everyone at Carnival. So.
Cracking ground to get the photo taken out as well.
Yeah, Swanath.
Yeah.
Yep.
Cracking ground. All right. Well, we are 7 from 9 heading into the
You
last.
got 5 you can
Yeah.
I can equal Dimmer. Hey. Yeah.
Yep.
So for 5 points, if you bang on 4 within 3, 3 within 5, 2 within 10, and a point for outside. So no matter what, you're going to finish on 8 at least.
Yep.
So the question is, how many players have been drafted into the AFL who are at Swan Districts and Trinity at the same time?
Swan District and Trinity.
This is according to Draft Guru,
Swan Districts.
which goes up to 2017.
Yeah, I would not know that one. Trinity and Swans at the same time.
Well, drafted from them.
I feel like there's an obvious one and I'm just missing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Don't need the names, just a number, but if it helps you.
I'll say,
It's difficult.
yeah.
There's probably only 2 you would. Oh, when I was going through the list just then, there's only one that jumps out at me, and the other is related to that person, and I actually didn't know they got drafted.
All right, I'm going to say 3.
So you're within
6.
6. So you're within
3.
4. So that's 4 points. Yeah. So it was 6.
Takes you to 11.
Takes you to 11. So just behind Dimmer, but
Got me.
yeah, equal second, which is very good effort. So some of those are Andrew Embley is probably the most notable name
His brother.
there, and his brother. Just trying to look. There's a couple others who played a few games, but hopefully,
Matthew Spencer.
yeah, hopefully by
A long time ago.
Could only think of Embley, and then I knew it had to be a couple more.
Jeff Garlett.
yeah, hopefully by the end of the year though, maybe you could be on that list. So fingers
Aaron
crossed.
Newman.
Hope so, yeah.
Yeah,
be good.
but 11's a very good effort.
Yeah.
Should be proud.
It's drafted out of Trinity. Yeah, right. This is as much as I thought there would be.
Well, yeah,
Considering
obviously,
like a
everyone-
private school.
Yeah, it's
Like, not a heap in the last
Guildford
10
and
years.
Swans you'd
Yeah.
expect, but
Yeah,
obviously
but
others pop up.
this is Trinity, not Swan Districts and Trinity.
Yeah.
Just looking through the Trinity list, you'd think there'd be a bit more in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, there isn't. Fraser McInnes is on there as well. Didn't see him until just then. But yeah, nice, decent list of names. Well, of course, you can all check out Skinbro, Hat Locker, and Cheetah Clothing's links in the show notes with the discount codes as well. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple, Ethan, you can, of course, head over to YouTube.
You can.
What do we want people to do?
Subscribe, 5-star rating,
Like.
share,
Yeah,
all those
share.
kinds of things.
give us a follow on all the platforms.
Would be nice.
Is the boot is it still running the
Nah.
charity? Like I was gonna say we should give out a shout out to that socials, but
we kind of handed it off when I was around 15, 16, obviously just to, deal with all my other kind of commitments. But it had a good run for when it was in my hands. So yeah, it was good.
Chuck your socials in the description then.
Yep.
Next best thing.
Well, Luke, thanks for coming on. Been good with your time, and all the best for the rest of the year.
No worries, guys. Cheers for having me.